Restaurant chain Hooters of America filing for bankruptcy. That move coming to enable a founder-led buyout of the casual dining chain. Joining me now is Hooters of America CEO Sal Melilli. Sal, it is good to see you. So you filed for bankruptcy today, Sal. Listen, being in the restaurant space, a lot of challenges, not easy, especially right now. Inflation and labor costs, Sal, an American consumer that seems to be feeling more cautious. But walk us through what happened here.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you having me on today. And you're exactly right? The macro economy, the casual dining sector has been under a lot of pressure, right? The last several years, inflation, food cost challenges, labor, the pressure on the consumer. Our consumer is brand loyal. We have an outstanding brand, but they too have been punished coming through this inflationary time. So, all those cost pressures, obviously related to our business, put the pressure on us to lead us to where we are today.
And so now, Sal, the plan is a group that includes the founders, buys the company-owned restaurants?
Absolutely. It's a super exciting day for the brand here, right? And that's exactly the headline. We've got two large operators, the most successful ones in the entire system. One of them happens to be the original founders of the group out of Clearwater, Florida. 42 years of experience, operating 15 out of the top 30 restaurants around the globe. So we could not be more excited for our customers. We cannot be more excited for our employees that this group is coming in. And who better than the founders of the concept to take this brand and return it back to where it was.
And Sal, are you all detailing what the purchase price was?
We're working on those details now. We have entered into a restructuring support agreement. We're actually heading into first day motions tomorrow in the Northern District of Texas, hoping to get some approval on some DIP financing. We've got $35 million of new incremental capital coming in, and that'll provide the liquidity and the runway that we need to then effectuate this plan. And
so give us a sense of how big the Hooters footprint is right now in April 2025. I mean, how many locations, Sal, across the country?
Yeah, great. We have a little over 300 today as we sit here. We operate in 22 states. We've got 151 corporate-owned stores. We've got about 154 international stores, and we operate in about 17 different countries around the globe.
And the plan, Sal, to reiterate, is those locations stay open?
Absolutely. We are open for business, especially depending where your bracket is. We're in the middle of March Madness, so we are open for business. People are excited. Business as usual at a store level. Our brand loyal customers are ready and they're engaged. And we're really heading into baseball season, the Masters. So yeah, we're business as normal and in full swing.
So this buyers group that steps in now, Sal, what's their plan for Hooters? What's their plan for the brand, for the locations? How does it change, if at all?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, right? We're talking about the folks that started this concept, that have made it what it is today. So from a brand perspective, there's going to be reinvestment in the units. You're going to see a return to original food items. You're going to see the world-class famous Hooter girl that has been on a pedestal for 42 years being showcased and featured. There'll be investments in the units. There'll be investment in marketing. So I think you're going to see a complete renaissance. We like to say it's the rising of the owl here coming out of the ashes. So we're super excited as a brand. Our consumers and employees could not be happier.
I was reading, Sal, the New York Times talked about this, obviously, and they talked about a rebrand that would give Hooters a more, as they put it, wholesome image. What does that mean exactly, Sal?
Yeah, look, I mean, Hooters has always prided itself on being a neighborhood restaurant, right? We're a tremendous compliment to the sporting industry. And when you look around the globe, you do see in different parts of our business where, we have women, we have children, we have families, we have retirees that play golf and have dinner because they got to be in bed early, right? So we've got a great customer mix. And I think by returning to those roots, it's going to really enable us to launch the business, put it back in the hands of the original founders and some of the top operators in the system. And who better than them to launch the business forward?
Sal, who's the Hooters demo right now? Who's your average customer? Give me the profile. And has that evolved at all over time, Sal?
Yeah, it has evolved. That's a great question. I mean, if you think back 43 years ago, traditionally it was the World War II baby boomer and that generation. But then there's the next generation that grew up there, coming to Hooters with their dad. We see retirees. We do a Wings for Children program around education in the city of Chicago. We see teachers. We see firefighters. We see first responders. So we really are a great cross-section of America. And I think that's going to continue, and it's going to be accelerated under the new ownership.
And Sal, you were mentioning how many locations you have across the country. I'm just curious, are there Are there certain regions or states, Sal, certain locations that tend to kind of perform better than others?
Yeah, good question. We started in Florida, and a lot of our footprint is in the Southeast. Yet, ironically, Chicago, for example, has some of the top performing stores in our system. We've got units that do, $6, $7, $8 million a unit selling just chicken wings and beer. So it really comes down to store execution. It's all about the brand, the way that brand is portrayed. I learned a long time ago, it's not what you think about a brand, it's how you feel when you interact with it. And that's our job to return it to the glory. And I think this new ownership is absolutely going to deliver on that.
Sal, great to have you on the show today, sir. Thanks for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me, Josh. Good to see you.